Hello guys, what's up? I am Sol from Ballard.com, and today I have a very special guest with us. This is my friend Cristian Vera.
¿Qué pasa?
What's up? We are actually in Mexico right now, in this little small town
called Concepción de Buenos Aires. In fact, right now we're sitting in my grandparents' courtyard in their home. It's really, really old. It's been here for decades, so it's fun, but we have a really cool topic.
Yeah, we have an amazing topic. So if you're not familiar with Cristian Vera here, she is a host for a national TV show called Right This Minute. And she's just amazing. Like, if you see her, she is intelligent, she is beautiful, she is, like, you name it. She has a great perspective on all her stories. And I wanted to sit her down today because we were talking about, like, life and goals, and I was like, this is something my audience has to hear. And so if you see her on TV, she's like this authority figure, and you're like, wow, I mean, I'm sure it was always easy for her. She, you know, everything was perfect, and, you know, she had it all figured out from the beginning. And we're talking, and it's not the case. It was tough for you in the beginning, right?
Yeah, of course. A lot of people think that sometimes you've got things all figured out, but the truth is things are always changing. Things are always a challenge. The difference is whether you take the time and you stay focused on your dreams. Things will never be easy, regardless of what you do, whether it's personal or career. You have to work really hard at what you're doing. The key is to be able to stay focused and adapt to changes as they come and deal with the hardships as they come as well, and just overcome them to be able to get closer to your goal and just stay focused. That's really the key. But no, it hasn't been easy. I've faced many challenges. And even now, I can give you a list of things that I have to deal with to continue on doing the work that I'm doing. It's never easy. You just have to love what you do so much to be able to want to deal with the challenges that come with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep taking those steps forward, no matter how tough it gets. And which brings me to my next point is, have you ever felt like giving up? Because
yes,
a lot of us have these like huge goals, and we're like, this is so unrealistic. I might as well just quit while in my head. I'm gonna give up.
Yeah,
so
I have actually. I've had moments where things get very difficult. You are beginning and you're running out of your savings. You're not really landing gigs. You're finding it very difficult. So you second guess yourself. You wonder whether you need to redirect and change career courses. And I thought about it as well, because it did get hard. But things always came through because I love what I do. I've always loved it. This is what I've always wanted to do. So I stuck with it even when it got hard. And things suddenly came up, you know, because I was always going out for interviews. Even when I wasn't getting called back, I would always send my resume out, my video. And eventually someone will call you. You just have to stick it out.
So did you just send out all these resumes and go to these auditions, and all of a sudden, like, bam, you were like this awesome correspondent on TV? And
no, that's not how that works.
It didn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't. It takes work. You know, when you have your goal set and you know that you want to be an architect and you know you want to be an engineer or a correspondent like me, you have to put the work in. You have to start being an associate producer. You have to start being an assistant, and you work your way up from there, you know, because that's how I started, as an associate producer. And I was calling, making calls, I was writing, I was driving places, recording B-roll. So it's really a matter of taking those steps to grow, but then that's part of the beauty of it, right? You have to pay your dues, and then eventually you grow. And even now I feel like I'm still growing, you know. I feel like I'm still learning, and I'm still evolving and developing my skills. So it's always a work in progress, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And just, you know, having that patience and having that faith that if you just keep taking those steps, eventually you will get where you want to be. And it's a forever long thing. It's not like there's a final destination and you're like, okay, I'm here, I made it. You know, it's kind of like you keep growing like forever.
And
like
you adapt as things change, because in every field things change. So you just have to adapt, and you're learning something new all over again within your field. And that's the beauty of it. You're always learning and you're always reinventing yourself, and that's the key to be able to continue being successful.
And do you think, like, because a lot of times we think like, oh, everything has to fall into place. I have to have the right resources, I have to know the right people, you know, before I do what I really want to do. Is that
no, you have to work No, it never happens that way.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever going to be perfect.
Okay.
A perfect scenario for you to be able to move forward. You have to work with what you have now and then move forward from there, because that's what you have, right?
Yes.
You have to use the resources that you already can count on and build from there. Nothing will ever be perfect. So you have to just move forward from where you are.
That's awesome. So what would you say, like, what would be your advice, you know, to anyone who's watching, who's pursuing like these big lofty goals and is maybe getting like discouraged or needs some motivation? What advice would you give them?
You know, I always tell people to speak and act and live as if you already were what you want to be. So if you want to be a photographer, grab a photograph, start taking pictures. Guess what? You're already a photographer. If you want to be an architect, call yourself an architect. Start drawing buildings. Start making your own plans. But the key is to start somewhere. And you have to get the bad stuff out of the way first. And then you can learn from your mistakes and the bad work that you did in order to get better. But that's what I always tell people. When I first started, someone told me this, and I started saying that I was a correspondent, I am a reporter, I am a journalist, and it just changes your perspective and it helps you move forward in the path that you want to follow.
Yeah, that's awesome. It changes your perspective on yourself as well, because you already are that. You're not striving to be, or you don't want to be. You already are. So you start acting accordingly.
Yep.
So,
and it makes such a huge difference, you know, once you start thinking of yourself as that thing you want to be, because you already are. Then you just start focusing on the work, and if you do bad work at first, that's okay.
And honestly, thank you. This is awesome. I think we all needed to hear this, because sometimes we think that we have to have everything all lined up and perfect in order for us to get started or keep moving forward, or in order for us to even actually achieve what we want to achieve. So with that being said, we are going to head out and just walk around town and get into some trouble, take some more pictures. So
yeah, there's so much pretty stuff to see.
There's so much to do. So we just wanted to get that out of the way, let you guys know, to keep pursuing your dreams and don't get discouraged. Keep moving forward. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.